Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights. Last episode we've made our way through the next 3 levels of the tower. We're almost through this, just gotta get through the 8th floor and then get to the top level. Learned a fair bit about what's going on too, but let's just get going. Onwards to the 8th floor. This is an easy one, it looks like. Not much to it. Wait, was there something in the back? No. Oh. A couple ice methods and a rock. No, not just ice methods. All methods.
For the old gods!
Oh great, this is easy. Just what I did not want.
Make this
That's
fight
dead.
count. It will be your last.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize I was almost dead. Okay, I think that's all that's here. This is actually a very simple room with not much in it.
For honor and glory!
I didn't actually need to bash it. Maybe there's some good loot in here, I don't know. Hold on, I'm just gonna rest and hopefully this disease won't actually affect me. Or Dalen. If it does, I'll just teleport. And ability damage applied, but I don't see any ability damage. Fourth floor portal stone. Why that of all things? Ooh, but some extra armor. Let's try this again. If we rest again, will the ability damage not be applied? Find out in a minute. Survey says... No, it actually did affect me. God dang it. Alright, screw it. Some coin from the Varrock, I believe. Fire bullet. Chest over here. It looks like it's going to need to be bashed open.
I shall do as you ask.
What is that? Wisdom!
It is done.
Wonderful. Fire arrows. I just realized those chests that I was unable to bash open, I could have bashed them open using arrows, couldn't I? I'm an idiot. Alright, give me a sec.
Hello to you.
I'm in need of healing. Thank you very much. Now, what is this? White Dragon Armor. White Dragon Armor is lightweight, strong, and highly resistant to cold. These suits are much sought after, but few smiths are willing to craft them. The necessary materials are rare and dangerous to acquire, and dragons have long memories where their kin are concerned. Most smiths would prefer not to even risk association with a trade in dragon hide. Plus 3 armor bonus, cold resistance, and 80% reduction of weight. So that's 9 total? And that's 7. You know what? I'm tempted to take this. I mean, this weighs quite a bit less. And we don't necessarily look like incredibly weirdly colored. I mean, it's nice having the extra resistance to electrical and fire, but this is actually still pretty good. So I think we'll wear the White Dragon Armor. That will be our thing now. Yeah. And I'm selling the Rod of Terror. Selling the Kukri. Selling that. Alright. And that quick little distraction is done with. With that, the only place we have left to go is the pinnacle. Alright, let's go up there. To the pinnacle. Different portal. Alright. Oh. Oh dear.
Ah, I see the fly in the ointment has finally arrived.
And who are you?
Someone who has been following your progress through the tower with a great deal of interest, dear man. You show remarkable determination. I was the master of this tower long before the usurper took his place. I sensed your presence here immediately, even from this little prison.
You are Arkham Greeth, then, the former Archmage Arcane.
So my own reputation precedes me. Yes, you have the right of it, little mortal. I fled the tower when Margrim showed his true intention, but not quickly enough. Margrim has power you cannot even imagine. His mistress favors him, and even the power granted me by this form could not resist capture in the end.
Interesting. Transformed yourself into a lich, have you?
I have, at Nephithis' advice, in fact. It has proven remarkably beneficial, both for myself and the Brotherhood. Margrim was a surprise. He is my enemy, and that means our interests coincide, yes? Free me from this magical prison, mortal. You assist me, and I shall assist you.
Why would I free you?
Why, indeed. How about this, my unimaginative human friend? You see the door that leads into my sanctum? Have you tried to open it? It is locked tightly, with spells that I'm positive you have no ability to break. I happen to know that Margrim lies beyond it. He is the one you came here for, no? I created the spells that hold the door. I can open it for you, but only if I am freed. It's either that, or you are certainly free to return whence you came, in failure. So what do you say now, mortal? Do you really have a choice?
I have some questions first.
Naturally. Go ahead, mortal. I'd be interested to hear what you have to ask.
What do you know about Margrim and his cult?
Ah, now that is an interesting question. I myself have wondered much about the nature of Margrim's mistress. How is it that she gives him such power? The plague was loosed to strengthen her, you see. Each death in Neverwinter fed her with new life force, and I know she seeks even more power yet. Margrim is desperate to find what he calls the Words of Power. They are ancient artifacts, I believe. 4 in total, though I have never heard of them before Margrim himself made mention. He holds only one, but his mistress wishes them all. What these Words of Power would do for Margrim and his mistress one can only guess. I'm sure you can. It would amuse me to see you halt their efforts if that is your goal. Have you another question?
What do you know if Arabeth is with Margrim?
The elven blackguard? Indeed. She came with him and lies beyond that door. If you hurry, you just might catch her.
Blackguard. Oh dear. A blackguard is basically the anti-paladin.
Have you another question, then?
Why is Margrim keeping you captive? Why not kill you?
There are many secrets of this tower that are yet mine alone. If Margrim knew what I knew, he would already be aware of you, and you would not have made it so far. Consider yourself lucky. If I didn't think that you might actually cause a problem for the fool, I might have been amused to warn Margrim of your presence.
Would you be willing to help me fight Margrim?
Certainly not. You are on your own with your foolish quest. I intend to leave this tower and regroup elsewhere with my dear Nephithis. With luck, you will at least weaken Margrim, or at least drive him from this tower. I intend to take advantage of that in time.
That's enough questions.
Then what shall it be? Will you free me now?
How do I get you out of there, then?
You see the 4 braziers that surround me? They sustain the magic that Margrim keeps me held within. They are protected by their own magic, too much for me to overcome on my own. If you were to damage them, however, and I was to add my power to yours, they could be destroyed and I freed. Attack them however you wish, and I will turn my own efforts toward aiding you. Then I shall open the door to my sanctum for you, and I shall leave.
How do I know I can trust you?
Foolish man, you can't. You can trust, however, that I would rather be away from here than deal with you myself. Have you another choice? Go then. I tire of this cage. I would see Mogrim dance before whatever human fury you can muster.
Fine. Let's destroy the first one. Oh, of course, he has defenses. And we've got a skeletal devourer here.
The rage of the
This is like the third type of devourer we found. Okay, that's one. Next. Next we have a greater fire elemental.
That's gonna be easy.
We've killed a couple of these before. Well, a couple lesser ones, but we've killed one of them before. He's actually doing a lot of damage to me. I'm not pleased about that. Please finish him off. I'm almost at... Thank you. Okay, I think I'm going to have to rest to regain my health here. That was actually way worse than I expected. I did not expect it to do that much damage. Still, we got it. Alright, now, next target. Third brazier. We got a bone golem. Oh dear.
The rage of the red tiger, unleashed!
Oh crap. This thing is actually strong enough that I can't hurt it. Okay, that knockdown helps you. Dalen, you are somehow able to damage it. And you did. Good. That was dangerous. Alright, one more to deal with. Also, this thing is still here. It's some Windows thing that's causing this problem, I figured out. A death slot. Oh, that does not look good. Well, that didn't kill me, although I'm pretty sure that very well could have. And down it goes. Okay. Well, Archmage, you're freed.
It is done! I am free at last! Would that I could visit vengeance upon Mogrim for this indignity myself! I give you thanks for my freedom, mortal. I shall open the door to my sanctum. You may deal with Mogrim at your leisure. Do not be here, however, when I return.
Thank you. And this is a portal that leads to his sanctum. Let's rest just to regain this little bit of health first. And then I'll save and go in and we'll see what's going on with Mogrim. Concerned and worried as I may be. Alright. Alright, up we shall head. The pinnacle of the Host Tower. Now that is some evil music if I've ever heard it. Oh yeah, that's definitely some things going on there. There's also something at the bottom here.
You are welcome in my service, Paladin. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation.
Do you renounce your false god of justice, Arabeth the Tamaran? Do you renounce your god, your lord, and your people who have betrayed you?
I do.
Will you lead our glorious army in the name of your new mistress?
I will. I will lead them.
Then be the terrifying blackguard of our mistress Morag that you are meant to.
I shall. Neverwinter will fall before our might.
Remember, Morgrim, that it is of great importance that the other words of power be located.
I have
you must
failed in
beware
the task.
Hatred, however, as she will... you have been lax, Morgrim. We have intruders. The word of power cannot fall into the hands of
For the Oath Guard!
Get Erebeth and leave now. I shall summon my own servants to aid these fires.
Oh dear.
The rage of the Red Tiger!
Yeah, this ain't pleasant. Some being named Gorgoth. I knew I saw a mage. Kill the mages. Dalen, I'm glad you're distracting. Okay. Thank you for distracting him at least, Dalen. Now for this Gorgoth person. Who is very tough, in fact. I should have actually focused on him. Well, I managed to defeat him. Oh dear. Pardon me a second.
I found...
Just to get this back.
Hello to you.
Okay. So, what was dropped here? Well, a healing potion. A couple crates. So, I think we got some big answers here. Reaver. No. This weapon bears the mark of the dwarf Marok. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Greater restoration. Some coins. So... those were the lizard folk. The creatures that, we had seen those creatures in those ruins. A few of them. So these ancient beings... they must be behind it. With someone named Morag in charge, it seemed. And Erebeth has turned to evil. This is bad. Oh. By the nature of this note, it is clear that the body upon which it was found was that of a spy in Erengen's employ. His mission had been to protect Lady Erebeth from any hidden dangers that may have befallen her. Yeah, I don't think that worked. And he had a Stone of Recall on him. Let's take a look in here. Maybe there's some clues. This must be part of his sanctum. Malgrim's lair. And we have a stone golem. Weapon ineffective. That ain't good. Still ineffective. Dalen, please kill it. Thank you. Well, there's a chest and a desk. +2 heavy flail and some coins. And in here, gold piece, cure critical wounds, and Malgrim's journal. This small book is filled sparsely with notes in Malgrim's now familiar scrawl. Several entries are of particular interest. The tower is ours. That overambitious fool, Arklim, trusted me far too much. I would gladly have ended his undead existence had his demon witch not sent him away so quickly. Well, he'll not have use of her advice any longer, I've seen to that. Morag is displeased with me, however. So far the wizards I have sent forth from the tower have found only one of the words of power. She needs them all. We shall have the one in Neverwinter soon, and once the last 3 are located, all shall be as Morag wished. I remain confident of success. The plague ravages Neverwinter just as Morag foretold.
With each death by wailing, she grows stronger. Already she is able to appear in corporeal form, and with the coming war she shall become even stronger still. I have received word that the old fool Nasher has been successful in stopping the plague, having acquired some help from adventurers. No matter, the deed is already done. Neverwinter is weakened, and what strength it has lost, Morag has gained. Morag says that Nasher's execution of the fool Thenthic will only serve us. Soon his greatest champion shall be ours instead. The High Captains decimate each other daily, just as I suspected. I care not whether any of the fools actually succeed. Better is they all die, for none of them will lead the army as I promised them. Morag's nightly visits to Arabeth have had the desired effect. The former paladin has come and laid herself willingly at our feet. She shall lead the great host herself as Morag's champion. The wards will be ours, and Morag shall triumph. Glorious shall be the day!
So that's why she fell. She was deceived. Those dreams she had, those must have been put in her mind by Morag. They weren't true. She lost faith to a deception. All this has been because of Morag and Malgrim. Malgrim is trying to serve this Morag, this lizard folk who has been behind all this. Ancient race indeed. We must report to Aaron at once. Right after I sell these few things. It's not much loot, but it's something.
We are fortunate that you have found the location of this cult, hiding amongst the wizards of Luskan's host tower. It is now clear how they possess so much power and stealth.
I have discovered all I can about the cult in the host tower.
Well done, my friend. I knew Lord Nasher's faith in you was well justified. Come then, tell me what you have learned.
I have learned much. The cult leader, Malgrim, he is working for an ancient race of lizard folk, including some leader named Morag. He's trying to find 3 words of power in order to strengthen her so that, I don't know, she needs them for something, but it can't be good, and she's slowly getting more powerful. She gained a lot of power from the plague, effectively consuming the souls of those who died from it. That's not all, however. Arabeth was there. Morag came to her in dreams and deceived her, believing she had been lost to her god, and fed upon her feeling that everything was unfair and unjust. And Arabeth has turned, become a blackguard, and intends to lead their army in an attack on Neverwinter. Things are bad, Aaron.
I see. This enemy is far more elusive than I suspected even. For the name of this Malgrim is unfamiliar to me. As is this creature you describe as his mistress. That Lady Arabeth has fallen to become a blackguard, and even leads their gathering army is far worse than anything I had feared. Dire, dire news indeed. But what of this Malgrim's purpose, my friend? Were you able to discover anything of the reasoning behind all this madness?
Some, yes. As I said, he desires words of power. These will apparently strengthen his mistress Morag, somehow. He has 1, but there are 3 more that we need to find, I imagine. Well, 3 more that he definitely needs to find. I don't know where they are, but if he gets them, it can't be good.
This is perhaps the first good news I have heard so far. It shows us that we are ignorant of much, and must catch up quickly if we are to survive. But at least you have brought us hope. Come then, let us return to Lord Nasher quickly, and relate what you have discovered. Then perhaps we will see what must be done next.
Of course, Aaron.
Within the host tower of the Arcane, the enemy was finally revealed. Morgrim Korothir, madman, prophet, the one responsible for the Wailing Death. And with this revelation, a second betrayal. Erebeth, driven mad by her lover's execution, sought vengeance by joining Mogrim's cause. Together, they roused a fearsome army and prepared to descend upon Neverwinter. But an even greater evil threatened the city. The words of power, remnants of ancient magic long forgotten, were being sought by Mogrim's followers to bring devastation to the north. Neverwinter's champions were sent to the northern wastes of the Uthgard tribes to unearth these lost artifacts. For if Mogrim were to find the words of power first, the city of the north would surely fall.
Good. And thus ends Act 2 of Neverwinter Nights. Our next task will likely be to find the words of power. But that is going to be in the next episode, when we will learn more of what we are to do, and regain our companions again. This episode has gone on long enough. So, until then, I'm Chester44. That is Ken Daniels. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, and I shall see you all next time.